Hey guys, you're watching the after show for Faking It. It's season 3, episode 9. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's like she whispered.
She did. It's sensual.
Be a little seductive.
Yeah.
She a little slut. Can't keep her hand to herself.
Hey,
Wow.
her in Orlando.
I know, right?
It's very ironic you said.
Well, speaking of can't keep your hand to yourself.
Oh, okay, let's get right into it. Hey guys, I'm Sterling Cates. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sterling Cates. And to my left,
Me first?
anyone, really.
Hi guys, I'm Olivia. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_real_O_G.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I missed you last week. I read your comments. Thank you. What's going on? You can reach me on all social media outlets as Cortez G West. Tomorrow is my birthday, guys. In a couple of hours on the Pacific side, it's gonna be 31 years. Oh, I said my age.
Oh wow, you aged.
Oh.
I don't look like it.
Woo.
I don't look like it. See, I can't keep.
This is Cortez's birthday dance.
That was Prince.
Anyway, I'm so glad we're all back together. It's been a minute.
I know, right?
It's been
So long.
sorry,
And
guys.
then when Roya comes back, we're not even here.
I know. Well,
And you didn't even get to meet Roya.
I know, I don't.
Sorry, guys. We're a little excited to be back together, obviously.
I'm just kidding.
And I'm excited
We're
it's your
all
birthday,
wearing the same
Cortez.
color, you
It's
guys.
my, yo, wow.
I know.
That's my birth color.
This is how we're connected.
Yeah,
The-
kindred souls.
Yeah. Lydia's like, no. Okay, no, absolutely not.
Same mother, different
Yeah.
fathers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
All of us. Okay, anyways, should we get into the episode? Actually, first, you know what, before we do,
Which one to talk about?
I just want to tell everyone to tune in.
Oh.
To keep your hands to your damn self, Cortez. No, okay, so one of my favorite shows is coming back on
What is?
in just a couple of weeks,
What
in a
show
few
is
weeks.
that?
The Bachelorette.
Ooh.
Okay, I am a
Bachelorette?
hardcore
Oh.
a bachelorette. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I am a hardcore like bachelorette fan. I always have my glass of wine or 3. Get some cheese board going on. I'm like totally into it. Do you guys
Really?
watch it?
No.
Okay, just me. Anyway, so for those of you out there who do watch the show, it's coming back on, and I've got a little preview here for. So JoJo, she was on Ben's season. You guys are gonna have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm very excited about it. So she was on Ben's season. Ben basically broke her heart, yada yada. But her fairy tale ending crashed straight into the ground when he said he loved someone else more, even though he did.
Oh my
He told
goodness.
her that he loved her, but he told another girl that too.
Oh, I saw a clip of that.
Yeah. And so
Because she thought she was gonna. She thought she was
she
gonna.
thought she was
gonna
had
get
it in the
picked.
bag.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's a shame, I know.
I saw that clip.
And so, so obviously she was sent away with a broken heart, but it was the most dramatic Bachelor finale ever. I have to say that. With
Yeah,
the
because she was
thing.
all crying and looking all ugly and stuff.
So
So
she's
like,
not looking ugly. Anyway,
She was
so
looking
she's
pretty.
been there, done that. See what they did there? Been there,
They
done
done
that.
that.
His name was Ben. Get it?
oh,
Okay, anyways,
wow.
so on ABC on Monday the 23rd, so what's that, in 2 weeks? 3 weeks? I don't know, 2 weeks. JoJo is back and she's the Bachelorette, so she's the one in control, and she's got 26 new men, and they're all hoping to be the one to make her happily ever after
I don't get that.
finally come true. Cortez, just calm down. But so what we'll find out is, are the guys there for the right reasons? Will they make a connection? Are they just looking to get some social media followers? I added that last part in. And will JoJo finally get the happy ending she's always wanted? The surprises start night 1 as the guys try to grab her attention right out of the limo to get that coveted first impression rose. A new epic journey of romance, man tears, and drama is about to begin. The Bachelorette premieres at a special time Monday the 23rd, 8 Central on ABC. I cannot wait. I've literally have it on my schedule, my planner. So,
Smart off. Well, I hope she finds love.
I don't know, JoJo. All right, let's get into Faking It. Obviously, that's what we're here for. That's the name of the game. So we'll start with Amy and Sabrina. Obviously, in the last episode, Sabrina kissed Amy, left a lot of us wondering if she was just faking it or if she actually has feelings for Amy. And I think this episode we see more that she does, obviously, like Amy, because they're like full on making out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But so while they're getting closer, Amy and Sabrina, Karma is still on a mission to prove that Sabrina isn't who she says she is, that she actually is straight. And Felix kind of teams up with her to do that. So what do you guys think about Amy and Sabrina, just first off?
I don't know. I mean, at first I definitely thought that Karma was right, but I'm kind of starting to feel like Sabrina's might be into her.
Yeah.
I mean, now this episode, yeah, but from the beginning, no. Because, I mean, even just after her standing outside talking to Karma, like, you know, remember when they hugged and she was just like, so you think, you know, I mean, even now, I mean, I do believe that you can end up liking someone after being around them for a while, or forced to be around them sometimes, like the Bachelorette, but...
Right, yeah.
So it's like, maybe I'm thinking that maybe she did, just maybe, she did start to like Amy, but I don't know. If that's your first time and you're not a lesbian, you don't kiss like that.
I don't know. So I think regardless, I have two thoughts on it. First one is, regardless of whether or not she is faking it, whether or not she has feelings for Amy or doesn't, she doesn't like Karma. Whatever that is,
of course
every
not.
interaction they have together is just like so catty.
Hostile.
Yeah, they don't like each other. That is just a given, whether or not Sabrina has feelings for Amy. The other thing is I think it started out as Sabrina's way to get Amy away from Karma, but then through that, and then when she saw Amy stand up for herself at last episode, and now Amy's being so nice to her and they kind of fit together, I think she's developing feelings for her, so she was scared to lose that, obviously.
I don't think it's that type of feelings though, because as you remember, as Amy was talking to her mother about the guy, Ron. Every time she said something that was so true or whatever, you know, Sabrina was like, yeah, I should tell her.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I don't think it's like those kind of feelings.
Right. Well, I took those as she needed to come clean about everything that happened.
About the start.
Like it's starting off as kind of just faking it, obviously, but that she's developing feelings, but because she was scared to lose that. And I think that she realized that.
She definitely intended to tell her, but I think that she changed her mind because obviously Amy's saying all this stuff like leopards don't change their spots.
Right.
She's like, oh, she's never gonna forgive me, so she kind of like.
But what she does not know is Amy has gone through that already with Karma, so that ain't gonna last. Amy would be like, oh, if you don't know what you want, then I don't.
That's exactly why she didn't tell her. That's why she was scared to tell her.
But I think if she was just like, look, I do have a boyfriend, but you know, I want to leave. Like, she definitely had a better chance than when the guy stormed in and just rained on everyone's parade.
Right, exactly. So let's go back to how he got there. So Karma and Felix are teamed up right now. Well, not really. Like, Felix is kind of just like unwillingly there. But Karma's definitely on a mission to kind of out Sabrina for having a boyfriend or whatever it is that she's hiding. She doesn't know that yet. So when she confronts Sabrina in the cafeteria, that was obviously a hostile situation. Sabrina is like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just going to look crazy in front of Amy. And she leaves her phone and Karma steals it.
Is it that serious?
Is what that serious?
Sabrina, like, girl, is it really that serious that you got to be friends with this girl so bad that you have to fake being?
It seems very extreme to me.
I think at this point, because this was after their 4 days of making out.
Why do they dislike each other so much, Karma and
their camp
Sabrina?
days?
They're just like,
fighting over
Amy.
Amy. Yeah, just fighting over. Because they were like in a third.
Girls are crazy.
Yeah, they were just like in a someone always felt like the third wheel.
Of course.
And that's just kind of like natural with those sorts of friendships, especially when you're younger. So Karma takes Sabrina's phone. And then she goes to Felix and is like, listen, I have her phone. And then this dude calls, Evan, I think his name was. And Karma answers it. And then they go there and meet her. They pretend to be Australian. Karma's actually, Katie is actually has a really good accent.
Yeah, she was.
But Felix, not so much. He was like, yep, I'm not Australian. That was pretty bad. But I thought that scene was actually pretty cute. Like when they were like, so do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a I can't do it. That was British. Yeah. I'm just going to do it my normal.
I like how Felix was like answering his questions, answering Evan's questions as he was like saying them. He was like, this guy's not even Australian. He was like, yep.
Yep. Yeah, I can't even argue. Yeah, I mean, things got a little weird when they took a picture of
a
the picture of
Yeah,
the
that was so
couple. He was
bizarre.
like, "You're way too interested." In
But
my
I, first
I
of
was
all,
dying.
if I'm sitting down somewhere and someone comes sit down at a table and asks me to see my phone, I'm not giving you my phone.
right.
I'm gonna like
He gave
show
it up
to
too
you.
easy.
Right.
Like, come on.
So, Karma tells Evan, or I think that's his name, that Sabrina, she's like, listen, she's doing something that you might not be down with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how he ends up at the party, which is Amy's mom's ho 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 holiday party. So yeah, he ends up there, and then he kind of crashes it, and he's like, so you're a lesbian now? And then she's just kind of like, But I think it's important to note before that Felix tells Karma that he is going to play the messenger. Mm-hmm. And he kind of like steps in to protect Karma's relationship with Amy, because obviously Amy's going to shoot the messenger.
Perfect.
So the fact that he recognized that Karma wasn't being crazy, she was just being protective over her friend.
Yeah.
And like kind of took the bullet on that one. Is he protecting Karma?
Well,
or is he...
she had little hands in there when he said that he would do that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. And she even looked at her hand and was like,
I know, there's definitely a little...
Karma is a flirt,
know.
and
Yeah.
And Felix he's a charmer. So
and I feel like
knows.
Felix is just looking for love.
yeah, I
in
think
all the wrong places.
Exactly.
The wrong city, the wrong high school.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I definitely think there's like something going on between Felix and Karma, whether they know it yet or not. But I feel like that's going to come into play later.
I do think so too.
And then so after, well, it didn't look like Amy was going to believe Felix, but once Evan came in and kind of made it blatantly obvious that they were telling the truth, then Amy apologized to Karma, or was like, no, don't apologize, you saved me.
But what was that with that face though? I could not understand what was really going on, because like that was a face I've never seen from Amy like that.
Yeah, I think it just shows how much she's grown as a character. If they tried to break her up from someone before, she would have killed the messenger, like
right.
exactly what Felix said. But the fact that she was like thankful that they broke it up after she was so happy, I think that just showed how much her and Karma's friendship has grown.
I would have just felt so bad though, because Karma was even trying to tell her like the real story, like she's trying to push me out, and Amy was like, you just crazy.
I know, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Amy kind of looked like a fool a little bit.
Yeah, but the Karma really genuinely thought that she was just trying to push her out. I don't think she realized that Sabrina had real feelings at that point, because Sabrina tried
We don't know that.
Well,
allegedly.
Sabrina said at first it did start out as that, so it
I
was
do
kind
believe
of
her though. It
Really?
seemed to
did
me
too.
that she really was kind of crushing on her.
Yeah, and then by the end of it, she was like actually starting to tell the truth, but at that point it was too late. She should have done it earlier.
Exactly.
I mean, so let's say for instance, yes, it is true that Sabrina is starting to have feelings for Amy in that matter, right? Amy would not want that.
No, she does. She wants to be with her.
Not for someone that's doing that for the first time. It doesn't for sure, because she was once in that shoes, remember?
Well, Amy knows that it's her first time.
Right, but she knows it her first time as knowing what she wanted, because that's the way Sabrina told it to her. Like, I've been thinking about this since I was younger or something, or for a while or something.
No, she said that she's starting to question her sexuality now.
Yes, but she has been thinking about it. But that's the lie she told to reel her in. So now that it's not real, it's kind of like Amy don't want that. I mean, she was in those shoes before.
Yeah.
Am I making sense? Y'all let me know if I'm making sense, because
well, Sabrina was from the beginning was like, well, not from the very beginning, but when things got more intimate between them, she was saying that she was starting to question her sexuality, and that's when Amy kind of started. She took the responsibility of, okay, let's go find you a girl to kiss and see if you want to or whatever. And then by the end of last episode, Sabrina was like. She was like saying she was proud of Amy for standing up for herself, blah, blah, blah. And then Amy was like, do we still need to find you a girl to kiss? And she was like, I think we already did. And then that's when they made out. So like Amy knows that she was questioning her sexuality and knows that she's never been with a girl before. And then after that, they still were together. I'm not
What was
really
that
sure
about?
it's on
He
the
was
same
like-
page as what you're saying. Anyways, regardless, it didn't all come out. No one knows that Sabrina actually was developing feelings for her. Karma thinks she was faking it. Amy thinks she was faking it the whole time now. And obviously her boyfriend's just like, what?
What the heck is going on?
Yeah. So anything else on that storyline together? What do you guys have final thoughts on that?
No, then we'll be going into predictions.
We've got 2 more storylines
We
to
got
talk
some
about.
more relationships.
Oh my god.
No. I said then we would be going
God,
into
Cortez.
predictions if we have.
I was just saying if you guys had any thoughts, Cortez. No biggie.
I want them to be together a little bit.
You want Sabrina and Amy?
Yeah.
Well, I was starting to like them together
Me
once I saw
too.
that Sabrina was actually
Yeah,
having
and I was
feelings.
like, come on, spit it out, because I knew that
Did you
what's
watch
his name
last
was
week's episode?
coming. Yeah, I know
Oh.
she kind of came off a little bitchy, but like,
Well, that's just because she doesn't like Karma. Like, I think that she genuinely did develop feelings for Amy.
Yes, I do
And you can
too.
tell that she was having this, like, internal battle of telling the truth or not.
I can't wait till this come out. Y'all gonna be so wrong.
I can't wait to understand what you're trying to say.
One day.
Okay, so let's get into Liam and Lauren. So obviously Liam is living with Lauren, and he's been having some girls over for a little one-night stand action, and Lauren does not love that, which is not surprising.
I mean, I knew
Not
she
in
wouldn't, but I
someone
feel like
else's
she needs
house.
to just relax. Just ride the wave, Lauren.
Yeah, it's just so funny to me
ride
that
the whip.
they're still. I always have to remind myself that they're in high school.
Which I don't even know. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I think it's weird that they're in high school and they're living alone, but they're living together and they're not hooking up, and like it's just the most bizarre situation ever.
It's so strange. But so obviously Lauren kind of gets on Liam's like, you're not allowed to have any girls over here, blah, blah, blah. And Liam doesn't love that. So he decides that he's going to, well, Shane kind of encourages him, but that he's going to set up Lauren. But obviously she's got, a certain type. Got it.
One that wears khakis.
But not just any khakis that fit right. Like, that can be hard.
Like, okay, girl.
So he does find this one guy, Preston, who is a libertarian and
He fits to a
the
T.
T. But I still don't see how so they hit it off at the ho holiday party, and Lauren's like, wow, this guy like fits, like checks all the right boxes, and but then when he says, oh, Liam said that we'd hit it off, blah, blah. She kind of puts it all together. It's like, wow, he set me up for this.
But
so that
who
he could just
cares? He's
set
so
up.
perfect. Like, just get over it.
Right. That's what so when she confronted Liam and was like, I see what you did here. Like, you're being selfish and just trying to get me to let you have girls over.
Yeah.
But at that point, we didn't know that Preston wouldn't accept her. I guess maybe she's just afraid of
She's
telling
just
him.
assuming.
Yeah, and just assuming that
Well,
he's
I mean,
too
that-
good to be true.
Yeah.
Because it was true though. If it was not true, if the guy never said that to him, or Liam ever said that to him, then that would have been a different story. Because she said it. She was like, I don't want someone to treat me different because I'm different.
Yeah.
Then that means they're gonna treat me different. And no, I
Right.
want it to genuinely happen.
Right.
So I can understand that. Like I don't want to be set up either.
Yeah, I think she's nervous that if Preston found out, he wouldn't accept her for being intersex. And she doesn't want to be treated like she's different.
Yeah.
But so that's when Theo walks in, but he isn't alone.
That was so like shocking because Olivia had just asked what was his
I
name.
know.
And
Like,
then
we
boom,
were
I
just
was
talking
like,
about it
what?
the other day. I don't know. That was so weird. Like, how does he even fit into the storyline right now? He's just like tossed in there.
On
Well,
the second to last episode.
they toss him in there so that it puts Liam and Lauren together.
Curveball.
Just throwing it out there.
Plot twist.
But that's like the only one who went along with what Lauren was saying. She wants someone who accepts her without making her feel different.
And he accepts
he
her.
accepts her without making her feel different. So that's like cue his entrance.
'Cause
But he
she lit
has a
up.
girlfriend.
She
Yeah.
was like,
I know. And then all of a sudden the girlfriend comes in. It's like,
It was like,
she was
womp,
cute
womp,
too.
womp.
I was like,
I
all
thought
right,
he
Theo.
looks pretty cute.
Yeah, he did. I was like,
Like,
hey,
Theo!
girl, we missed you. Come back, single.
Run away. I'm just kidding.
So that's when, he's like, listen, I was just coming. I mean, how random is that this guy's,
I
the
know.
narc's new girlfriend works with your old girlfriend's friend's mother.
Ex-stepmom's mother.
And like
whatever.
ends up at the same holiday party. It's so weird. So yeah, that was random that happened. But so Lauren and Liam pretend to be a couple because she's like, oh, it's cool that you have a girlfriend because I've totally moved on with Liam, blah, blah, blah.
Boo Bear.
So are we done with Theo now? Like, is he just gone? He made a little cameo.
I think so. I'm going to say
Maybe.
yes. But I feel like maybe if Faking It is renewed and continues on forever and ever, they'll probably end up together because, like, you can tell when she lights up and he lights up, and he obviously cares about her feelings.
That's part of my prediction of the whole Theo and Lauren situation. I really think they are going to be together, and it's not the last time we're going to see Theo.
Yeah.
Definitely think he's coming back very quick.
Maybe he gets, like, jealous or something.
Yeah, because listen. Look at the part when Lauren didn't post what Liam said to say text that we're just friends.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh.
Oh, do you think that's why? See, I was just thinking she got her followers up, so she's like, I'm gonna milk this a little.
Yeah, that too as well. But
Yeah,
like,
no,
if she
you're right.
Yeah. What?
No, I think you're right. She wants to make Theo jealous.
Yes. That's the
We
whole
all been
point.
there.
And it doesn't hurt that she's getting all this attention on Twitter for it.
So, but Theo doesn't believe it. I feel like Theo won't believe it, and then he's going to figure it out, and then they're gonna end up talking, and they're gonna be back together.
Yeah, or Liam and Lauren could realize that they like being in a relationship.
But according to like the prediction for the next show, it's not like Liam looks over it. He's like, break up with me.
Can you do it?
Get away from me. But I don't know.
Yeah, I guess she just likes the attention.
She's milking it too much.
Yeah. But I can see what Lauren, I mean, we all have our, like things that we look for in someone else or that they need to meet certain criteria, but her list is just real picky.
Yeah.
No, mine is picky. Gotta have a certain shaped head. Your head has to be shaped a certain kind of way.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's
And when you look at me,
that's one criteria.
And when you look at me, one eye has to be blue and the other has to be green, and then they have to switch after 10 seconds.
Let me know when you find that.
Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so last but not least, of course, is Shane and Noah's storyline. So last episode, Noah told Shane that he is transgender and he's homeless because his parents didn't accept him as transgender.
Horrible.
Yeah, so he's obviously, been through it, but he's come out on top, and he is who he is, and he's comfortable with that, and he's now at Hester, which is a very accepting school. But the thing is no one else knows that he's transgender, except for Shane, which is a risky bet, because he tells Shane,
Shane.
Yeah, he tells Shane not to tell anyone. But anyway, so they kind of are on the topic of having sex and being intimate with each other. And you can tell that Shane is hesitant. I think he's confused and he's hesitant and he is unsure of what that means for him. It's new territory, exactly. And so because he's never done it before, so he's just thinking, what does this mean for me sexually?
Am I straight?
Is it? No, well, yeah, he just doesn't know. He doesn't know what that means because it's, like Olivia said, new territory. So, but you can tell that they're both kind of like, oh, well, I have to study, or I have this party, or they like kind of keep pushing it off. And they set a date to have a sex date the next day.
Can I just point out, like, why does everyone make sex dates in the show?
I don't know.
Wait, sex tapes?
Sex dates.
Oh. I'm not the only one that heard sex tapes.
Dates.
I am not the only one that heard that.
I honestly don't know, but they keep, like, bringing that up.
I know.
That must be, like, a thing
Is it
nowadays.
a thing now
Is it?
for high school?
I honestly
I would
don't
not
know.
be turned on by that.
You want to make a sex date? I'm going to pencil you in.
That's spontaneous sex. Is the
Let
best.
me see if I can see. Yeah, that's too much. But anyway, so after a bunch of back and forth, but you can see Shane at the ho 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 party that he's kind of using a bunch of different analogies to. He's like, so what if I am used to candy canes, but I try what was the other candy? Peppermint bark. Does that make me not like candy canes anymore? And then he talked about hotel or gym memberships or something.
24-hour fitness.
Which I've had that situation. I had that problem recently.
Yeah, so it's like, where does your loyalty lie? It's kind of like
Gold's Gym.
The what?
Gold's Gym.
Oh, Gold's
That's where your loyalty is
That's where your
Yes.
loyalty lies. All right, that's good to know. So, but then after all of that, because everyone's like, we don't know what you're talking about, we can't help you, and Liam advises him to just go talk to Noah about it. So when him and Noah talk about it, they're both like, oh, I'm so glad we can talk because we're both nervous. And Noah says that he's never had sex before. So that's why he was nervous. Meanwhile, Shane's obviously done the deed before on several occasions.
Many times.
Yes. And he's just never been intimate with a transgender man before. So that's why he doesn't know what he just doesn't know.
You don't know what you like until you try it.
Yeah, true. Exactly. So, but Shane wasn't so he put it in a bad way. Like when he was talking to Noah.
I could see why he was offended by it.
He was exactly.
Because I totally missed it. I was like, what?
Well, Shane was like, oh, good. I'm so glad we can talk. I was worried I'd lose my gay card, which is offensive.
I mean, I definitely don't think he meant it.
Right. I think he was just being Shane kind of, but there's definitely a reason for Noah definitely has every reason to be upset.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that because I know Shane.
Noah is a gay man, and so for Shane to think that he wouldn't be having sex with a gay man by him saying he'd lose his gay card is offensive to Noah, of course. So he definitely could have worded that better. But if that's what he meant, then that's what he meant. We don't know. He said it, and then that was kind of it because Noah stormed out. At the end of the day, Noah needs to be with someone who accepts him for who he is.
Right. But I do think Shane accepts him because he wouldn't be sticking around if he didn't. I just think he's trying to understand something that he doesn't necessarily understand right now.
Know about. Yeah. And I think that's one of the great things about this show is they cover so many things that a lot of us aren't super educated about.
Right.
I mean, before Lauren's storyline developed, a lot of us didn't know about the details about being intersex and what that meant and what, that stuff. So I love that this show really gets those conversations started. And even for Shane, who is in the LGBTQ community, to still, not have all the answers when it comes to when you're transgender or having sex with a transgender person. I think that's awesome that they leave these questions open, for us to learn and to educate, So, and the guy who plays Noah, Elliot Fletcher, tweeted right after that scene aired, and he said, trans men are real men always. So that was like the point of that whole scene.
Yes.
So props to the Faking It writers and the Faking It show for putting a storyline out there that's really not on any other show.
True.
So that's awesome.
Where's my applause? Am I the only one applauding?
So with that said,
oh, y'all so dry.
Do you guys have any other thoughts on do we miss anything that happened in the episode before we get into predictions? I think that was all of it. On my end, I think I have everything. Do you guys have anything?
No.
That we missed?
Lauren's, Amy's mother did, get to the point to say, okay, I realized what you were trying to tell me, and she asked him to leave.
Yeah.
She asked Ron to leave, so that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so cool about this. She was like, Sabrina really makes you happy, and that surprised me so much because at first I didn't know if her mom was like picking up what she was putting down.
Yeah.
But I guess she was.
Yeah. And I also thought on that note, I thought it was interesting that Farrah was so accepting of Amy, but Amy was judgmental towards Farrah about her choice. So it's like, it's like they swapped. Okay, cool. Let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So I think that there's definitely going to be something with Felix and Karma. Not that I want there to be, but the fact for the preview for next week, the fact that he comes to Karma and is like, is there a reason I shouldn't go to Amy? Like hinting like, should we get together? I'm like, oh no.
Totally, they will.
I don't think they're gonna act upon it. I don't think Karma is gonna act upon it. I think she knows.
Grabbed his hand.
No, I don't think it's gonna be like that whole like, you know, kissing and making out type of situation. I just think that like she knows that she may feel something for Felix. No, I don't think that because like look at the simple fact that she finally has her friend back, and then like look how Amy was like talking about Felix.
Yeah.
To her best friend.
In my head, so what the preview meant for me personally is so when Felix comes back to Karma, I'm like, okay, something's happening here. But then when Sabrina comes to Karma for help to get Amy, I feel like she's gonna be like, oh, Sabrina really likes Amy now, or like was really falling for her, so it's gonna get Sabrina and Amy back together, and she's gonna be like, Felix, you wanna have a sex date?
But it's not gonna work because Amy's not gonna want her.
I don't know.
Amy is not gonna work. Want Sabrina after that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be hard to say.
I think she will.
I feel like Amy's the romantic.
Which one to bet?
What?
Which one to bet?
I'm not betting you anything.
El
So
Polo
it would
Loco.
be. It would be a little hypocritical for Amy not to take Sabrina back because Amy and Karma started off faking it, and then Amy fell in love with Karma by starting faking it.
True.
Starting off faking it.
It just all comes full circle, apparently.
Oh, wow. That was a good way to put that.
Just comes full circle. Sometimes you just start something, you're like, this sucks, but then you're like, oh, it's not so bad. Yeah. All right, any other predictions? Lauren and Liam?
Lauren and Liam are just gonna hook up.
Make a sex date.
They're just gonna, it's gonna be one night in Paris.
I think they might try it out and it's just not for them.
Not it. I think with Noah and Shane, okay, so Shane needs to accept Noah for who he is, but also Noah needs to accept Shane for who he is. Like,
True.
Shane, like, doesn't know. He isn't educated on this certain area in life. He hasn't done it before. And also, Shane is going to say whatever comes out of his mouth. He's not a filtered person. Yeah,
I think he's really gonna start liking Noah though. I think
Shane does like Noah, but it's like Noah can't just storm off every time Shane says something like that he doesn't like. You know what I mean? Because Shane's gonna say a lot of things that he doesn't like, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other predictions? We've got the New Year's Eve finale next week. Hello. It's gonna be lots of kisses
bring
at
like
midnight.
cake, and we should have my birthday party next weekend for the finale.
Yeah, we should
that's what we
pop
do.
bottles.
Pop.
Cool.
All right. I'm down.
Why am I the only one
Thank
happy?
you guys, because it's
We're
your birthday.
happy.
No, I'm
Happy
just
for
kidding.
you.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next week for the finale, and we'll see you then, right?
Yeah, right. That was
Right.
nice. Sounds kind of
Okay. Bye, Felicia. We didn't.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.